In this video you're going to see lots of beautiful waterfalls, amazing views, and I'll be camping on the side of Mount Ruapehu. So in this video I'm going to be camping on the side of Ruapehu, which is just up there. Just going to walk the track for a while and then head up into the bush so you can find a nice little campsite. The weather's looking pretty good, no rain, a few clouds, might be cold tonight up on the mountain, but today it's pretty warm, so looking forward to it. Stunning views. So I've just pulled off the road from the car park, just walked through the bush a bit. It's quite busy today because it's it's holidays here in summer New Zealand. It's quite popular, this track. Gone off the main track, there's some waterfalls up there. Now I'm heading off into the bush to spend the night on the side of Mount Ruapehu. Head up off the track and find somewhere on the side of the mountain. So I've got a bit of choice here. I can go up to Blythe Hut. I don't really want to stay in a hut tonight, but 35 minutes up that way, or just keep going along the trail to find somewhere to go up. I've done that before, but I don't mind checking out Blythe Hut just to see what it's like, so I might just do that. It's going to be maybe an hour detour, but I might be able to head up into the tops from the hut, so I'll check it out. I've come to a little clearing. Looks pretty cool. Quite a strong breeze coming up that valley now. Maybe it's going to be a bit less good weather than I thought it would be, but it's supposed to rain. Winds are kind of strong though. Yeah, I think Okuni's down there, so we've driven up from. Parked the car up on the side of Tura ski field. Yeah, so we're walking way up to Blythe Hut still. This is probably my favourite part of the North Island of New Zealand. It's the Tongariro National Park. This is Ruapehu. Can't see it behind me, but probably see it later on. Yeah, I love it around here. Proper alpine. You don't really get that around Wellington where I live. There's a little bit, but it's kind of, it's cool stuff. amazing little rock pools stream down here. I made it to Lupton Hut. It's like a pretty small little hut in there. I'll check it out just for showing you sake. My hut's only 400 metres up there. And look in here. So this is Lupton Hut, just it's on its way to Blythe Hut. Didn't realise. Yes, pretty old looking hut, but serviceable. You've got some beds, little fire, sink, kitchen space, tables, extra bunks up there maybe. Yeah, there's like 3 layers of bunks. Bad little hut. You've got a dartboard. Looks like a few people come up here to do drinking. Not sure if you can hunt on this mountain. Maybe these hunters come up here. I think it said you had to have a permit, but maybe you can get one pretty easy. So that's Lupton Hut. Just gonna head up to Blythe Hut now. This couple I met along the way said that there was a really nice waterfall that's off the sort of main trail, so I'm going to try and keep an eye out for that. Check that out on the way up. So it's currently 3:30. I've been walking for an hour and a half. I've done almost 4k, so it's pretty easy going. I'm taking my time. Love the scenery around here, it's so beautiful. But somewhere up here might be a waterfall. I'll keep my eye out for the trail. And Blythe Hut will be somewhere up ahead. I'm guessing they keep it out of the valley because one of the things they were saying on the dock website is to stay out of the Laha paths, I guess. So if there's, because it's an active volcano, if it was to erupt, all the ice and lava and not actually that much snow up there now, but there's probably enough to come flooding down these valleys. And there was a really big one quite a long time ago, I don't know how long, 80, 100 years ago, that took out a train, or took out the bridge that the train was crossing over. Quite a few people died there. So yeah, I think doctors advise you don't sleep in the valleys. Not that it's going to erupt, but you never know. So it looks like the path goes up there. I kind of want to go this way though, so I'll see if the path goes around that way, and then I'll try and find this waterfall that the couple were talking about. The path is probably just down here, off the trail path. The main path goes up behind, but there's a little waterfall over there. That might be the beginning of the bigger waterfall. Not sure if it's higher up or just there, so I'll check it out. Spot the couple we're talking about, but it does look pretty amazing. Spin you around. We'll go check out the pool a bit more. Yeah, that's a pretty cool waterfall. I actually wonder if you could slide down it, but might be a bit of rocky going down. So many beautiful waterfalls around here. There's this one down here. Blythe Hut track was actually back there. I met an old guy who said that sort of just up that way, and it opens up into the sort of meadows. But I might just have a try just walking up this valley and try and come out onto sort of the meadows or up the sort of a bit more open area. Hopefully it's not just trees up from here, so I'll take a bit of a gamble, but hopefully there's a way to get out into some sort of flatter open area. So here's a view down this valley. I don't know what you call it, it's a gully I guess. The waterfalls are down there. I think Okuni in the distance down there. The hills. A few clouds pushing in, the wind's picking up a bit. Hopefully I can find a nice sheltered spot with a view. I'm going to go try and go up here. This overhang stuff can be quite wet and slippery, so I think there might even be a track right there. Check that out. Quite a few animal trails around here. I don't know what kind of animal they are. Maybe deer, sheep, goats, something. I haven't seen any. So I made it up over this little lip. There's the valley with the waterfalls. It's kind of opened up now. Tussocky meadows, I guess. I'm going to head off up over that ridge and see if I can find somewhere nice to put your tent. And I might chuck my gaiters on now so I don't get stuff all in my shoes. So I took my pack off and I put my gaiters on while I'm walking through all this sort of tusky stuff. And I found a little spot that I could use as a campsite if I can't find anything better. Pretty flat. Kind of nestled away in the hill, and it's a beautiful view. Down the valley here, see Okuni. I'll head up a bit further, see if I can find a better spot. But this is actually not too bad. Looks like the track might actually be up here. Better keep going. So I found these markers. See if those seen in the background there. I'm not actually sure if Blythe Hut's down there, or I've passed it. If I passed it, or if it's up here. Let's see. I think this trail just sort of heads off up to kind of nowhere, really. This actually looks familiar from last time I came here and stayed the night. So we'll see if there's Blythe up here, and anyway, it's easier to walk in the open like this. So let's check out this for a view. Mighty Ruapehu. That's a 2-row ski field up there. You might be able to see some of the structures and the chairlifts going up. Still a bit of snow up on the top. Can't really see the top today, but there's still snow in the valleys. It's just amazing, the scenery around here. It's like just something out of a movie. So it's currently 4:20. Been going for just over 2 hours and a quarter. Somewhere out there I might try and find a place to camp. The wind's picking up a bit, but it's not too bad. It's not supposed to be too windy today. Tonight's going to be interesting. I'm not sure how cold it's going to get because it is sort of quite high here. Elevation, according to my watch, is 1,500. My watch isn't 100% accurate with the altitude. But it might be a bit chilly because we're quite high. Gets pretty cold overnight in Okuni at the moment, around 10 I think. So up here it could be like 5 or 6, or even lower. I've actually, one of the things I'm bringing to this trip is a new jacket I've got. It's a Mountain Equipment Aureus synthetic jacket. It's got this sort of new technology in it. I think it's Atherm, some kind of reflective heat thing. So it actually packs down reasonably good for a synthetic jacket. I've never had a real chance to use it, so we'll see how warm it is. Gets good reviews, so maybe I'll do a mini review on it. So another thing I was going to test out today was this Crazy Creek air cleaner. It's an inflatable sort of sit on the ground chair. I thought about getting one of the, they've got these Hex chairs that aren't inflatable, but I thought if I'm getting a chair I may as well get one that's comfortable. So far I've used it a few times and it's really good. So I was hoping it would be something I could use in the tent, so we'll see about that tonight. And yeah, test out this jacket, should keep me warm tonight. I've only got that and a wool long sleeve in this sun hoodie. Got some merino base layers and quilt that's down to it's 2 degrees. So, UGQ quilt. 2 degrees. I think it's actually 40 Fahrenheit, which I think is around 2 or 3 degrees Celsius. So hopefully this wind dies down, or at least doesn't pick up anymore. So I'm trying to find a nice flat area with sort of sand. It's quite rocky around here, to try and pitch my tent. I've actually come up here before, and I think I came up sort of along there, around that ridge there, crossed over and ended up around here somewhere maybe. There's actually markings of the trail. I don't know where it goes. It might go up to the sort of two-row huts. There's sort of huts up there. I don't know, like mountaineering clubs. The problem is like it's not the easiest to find a spot around here because it's all this kind of really rocky, or tussocky, or that wet kind of sand. It might be a bit difficult. There was definitely one spot I found when I was here a while back. So somewhere around here there must be one. If I can find something like this, it's not really big enough and it's not a great spot right on the track and there's no view down the valley, but something like this would be alright. I've actually got a ground sheet that I can put down so at least my tent won't be completely covered in mud, and it'll make it a bit easier to clean. So I've found a few places, I've spotted a few places that might be worth checking out. I'm just going to head over some of these ridges and have a look along them. You can find these little clearings. I don't know what they're like, little mud flats almost. This could be a decent spot. I'll check out a few more places up ahead. At a certain point it just turns into like lava fields, I guess, old lava fields, or just rock and scree. So it'd be nicer to have a slightly higher view or elevation so I can see a bit further down the valley. So I found another waterfall. If I find a cool campsite, maybe I can go down there and check it out. It's pretty impressive. I don't know if I can get down from here though, it's quite a steep bluff down there, but I mean there might actually be a campsite. Might actually be a little campsite down there. Could be right. I wouldn't have as amazing views though. That waterfall does look pretty cool. It's like a twin waterfall. I think I might have to try and get some footage of that. I might just go down this hill a little bit. It's pretty steep, so I don't want to slip off, but check it out. So it looks like it's a twin waterfall. Pretty steep where I am, but it seems like you could walk your way down here. I had thought camping up in there. Probably not the best though if it's the runoff for a laha. So I think I might actually have something to eat here. It's a pretty cool little place with a view to have some, well, it's kind of like an early dinner or a really late lunch. So I was thinking about, you know, it'd be pretty cool to go underneath that waterfall, go under the stream, kind of get like a shower, but it kind of occurred to me maybe it's not the best idea if the waterfall's bringing rocks over the edge. You might get hit by a rock. I wonder how often that happens, when a rock comes over the waterfall. So this Real Meals boysenberry yogurt only needs a cup of cold water and then you just stir it up, leave it for 10 minutes. So I'll just put some water in. Stir this up and then... So I've got about 500ml water bottle here, a little bit left. I actually haven't had the boysenberry one before. I've had this, I think this vanilla sort of honey one, but this one looks pretty good. The other one I had, the honey or whatever it was really good. So hopefully this one is just as good. You really need one of these long spoons when you use these packets though. Like, I thought, you know, maybe it's better to bring real food and frying pan, but then you have to bring all the cutlery, knives and forks and plates, and maybe not. Well, I guess you need. This is kind of simple. You just put it all in a bag. Well, it's all in a bag. You just put water in it, stir it together, and these are really tasty. So it's not like kind of like having to put up with some sort of horrible dehydrated meal. And then they're kind of easy to clean up. You just chuck them in the rubbish bag. I always carry a rubbish bag with me. Never leave anything behind. And then flatten down. They don't weigh much. All the extra pots and pans and stuff. Like sort of decent meal. It's just sort of a bit of a pain. I quite like these ones. Just simple. I'm not really a fan of boysenberry, so maybe this one's not going to be as good as the other one. So I've sort of waited about 5 minutes. Didn't really bother waiting 10. See how it is. Consistency's alright. I'm not sure about this flavour actually. It's quite sour. I'm not a huge fan of boysenberries normally, so probably wouldn't pick this one again. Still good though. So I've eaten the boysenberry yogurt, it was really good. Probably not as good as the other one, if I'm being honest, because I don't know, I can't remember what flavour it is, but I think it's honey maybe, just yogurt and honey. But this one was good. I'm not a huge fan of boysenberries really. So I decided I'll try and find a camp spot before I actually try and go back to that waterfall, or down to that waterfall, just in case I get really tired and then I don't want to have to do it. Set up the tent or find a spot when I'm tired. I mean, there's plenty of places around here. This one's pretty good. I'm just not sure. It's all this sort of soft clay. It's not actually, it doesn't actually look that wet. I mean, it might be alright, but then by the time you get some weight on it, you know, a lot of water might seep out. But could be actually pretty good. I don't know. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of moisture in it. I'm just trying to find one that might be a bit more dry. And yeah, maybe a bit higher elevation, so a bit more of a view. So I thought about this spot back here again. We can't tell the difference, but yeah, sort of broadside onto the wind. Set my tent up here. Might not be the best. So yeah, the clouds are rolling this way, right into the broadside of the tent. Yeah, anyway, it's sort of sheltered. There's like a little lip around it. Might keep the wind away. Might just set it up here and see how it goes. I got the tent set up. It's a copper spur UL, I guess, ultralight, one person tent. It's quite good little, this is actually the bike packing tent, so it's got these shorter poles which make it easier to kind of carry around in your pack. It's a decent little tent actually. It's freestanding, pretty quick to set up. I bought a foot pad for it, but unfortunately it was like a newer model, so it has these little clips that don't clip into it. But I've used it a few times now, and it's been pretty good. It hasn't dealt with the wind that well though. So I camped out at Lake Angeles once, and the wind was just swirling around all over the place. I couldn't really pitch it into the wind, and it was almost flattened at one point. So I had thought about getting a new tent. I tried that other tent I had when I did St. Arnaud, thinking maybe it could be a sort of alternative, maybe because it's a trekking pole tent it might be a bit sturdier, but it just doesn't pitch very well. It like the inner touches the outer, so I would have been better off with this tent. But I'm actually thinking, I might upgrade, I don't know if it's an upgrade or side grade, to a Durston X-Mid 1 solid, because I'm looking for something that's quite rugged and can handle sort of alpine conditions. Something that's a bit, a bit more, maybe a bit more windproof, and sort of similar, sort of lightweight, small tent. It's just me usually, solo camping. So this will be home tonight. I'm thinking I might quickly head off to that waterfall soon. I'll show you what the view is. That's the backdrop, and this is where I look out. Couldn't really ask for any better than that. I think it's you can see it's sort of sagging a bit in the wind. I couldn't get the vestibule out very well. I thought it was a bit smaller than it is, but it should be pretty good. There's sort of like a little lip here, and the wind hopefully will just sort of bounce off most of it. It's pretty tight. It's not supposed to be that strong winds anyway. I was thinking maybe the wind would blow this up. We'll have to blow into it. Maybe not. So. I know a lot of people use those electric pumps, but I don't see the point really. Like, I guess maybe, he's pretty lightweight. I'm not too worried about pumping up. Or, even just blowing it up with my lungs. So this is the Mountain Equipment Aureus jacket of what I mentioned before. It's a synthetic Atherm, sort of new technology they've got. It's got some reflective metal in it. So far it seems pretty warm. It's just like a down jacket really, maybe even warmer. It's been pretty toasty. So I thought I might go down to that waterfall and have a quick look there before coming back and having some dinner, but as you might be able to see in the background, there's some pretty dark clouds and it's spitting a little bit. I don't think it's going to be a big downpour. I don't know. I might take my rain jacket. This Mountain Equipment Aureus is so warm. I don't know. It's great that it's warm, but it's almost too warm right now. We'll see. Maybe when it gets colder, it'll be useful. I don't know. I don't want to risk it and get caught out in the big downpour because I don't want to get wet before bed. So might have a look. I might just go. We'll see. I'll take my raincoat instead of this big jacket. So hopefully it doesn't rain when I'm out. I've got my rainproofs now. Just got my waterproof pants in this pocket. Rain jacket. Ended up, my bag was empty anyway, so I actually just chucked everything in there. I was going to take my little front pack thing, but this should be good. So I'm going to head down here, follow that stream along until I get to the waterfalls, and check that out. Should be nice. Almost a little spot you can camp down here. Probably not quite big enough for my tent. It's a pretty cool little valley down here. Cool rock formations. A lot of water must come down there after when the spring melt. So here's another great waterfall. So many around this valley or this mountain. There's an even bigger one coming up, so we'll check that one out. It's the split one I was looking at before. Some nice little slower bits of some rapids and pools down there. I think this is just coming up to the cliff that the waterfall goes off. Hopefully the path down to the waterfall is pretty easy from here. Unfortunately the sun's gone now, so it's getting a bit cooler. It hasn't rained anymore though, so it might just be sort of building up. I'm hoping it doesn't pour down with rain, but I do have my waterproof, so it should be fine. So this is the start of that waterfall, I think. Just see it down there where it splits off that rock. Really cool down here. So I'm going to climb up here, see if I can look down onto where it splits off, and then I'll have to go down and around, find my way down to the sort of where the waterfall lands. We'll check it out closer up. I'm not that great with heights, this is kind of freaky for me, but down there's where it splits off. So you can sort of see there's two different streams of water there. Try and bring you down to the base of the waterfall and see what it looks like from there. Actually, I think this is the spot I was thinking of. That could be camping, the camp spot, when I was up over there. I mean, look down this valley, it's amazing. Oh, you can see the peak now. Not sure if you can make it out, but you can just see the peak of Ruapehu up there. I don't know which peak it is, but you can see the tops now, working through the cloud. There's the waterfall splitting off. Kind of freaks me out when I get close to the edge like that, so I'm not like a extreme edge kind of person. Let's see if I can get a better view from over here. Whew. Just straight drop from here. Yeah, I don't really want to get any closer to that edge. Probably could have, but I get more speed to go when I do it. Someone look down this valley. So I made it down. See if I can just cross over the stream and get closer view. I could probably jump across here, but I don't really want to risk it. It might be slippery on the other side. Let me go down and see if there's a better place to cross, because I don't want to fall into the water at this time of night. I'll figure my poles up. Help me cross over quite easily, but I think down here might be a good spot to cross. Maybe not. But I'll bring you back when I cross over. So I figured out the best spot. I'm going to give it a try here with the poles. Makes it a lot easier when you've got extra points of contact. You kind of like launch yourself. Should be alright. Starting to rain a bit heavier now. I can see some fat splotches on the rocks. Just take a quick look at this. Oh, it's might be a bit tricky. It's a cool waterfall. Wow, look at that. Looks almost like plagues coming in. Looks like the weather's changed since I was at the waterfalls. A lot of clag at the moment. Tent's just down there, so not very far to go now. See, it's held up. Back at the tent. Can't see Ruapehu up there, but it's hidden up there somewhere. Had a great view. Now it's sort of clagged in, but as you can see, a bit of blue just through there, so maybe it's just gonna blow over. Hope so. I was hoping to have a view when I had dinner. But I'm gonna start dinner now. Pretty hungry since I haven't had anything for quite a few hours other than that yogurt and a little snack. There's a few spots of rain, but it's not raining very hard. The wilderness stew for dinner tonight. This one takes 1.5 cups of boiling water. 375 mils. I've had this one before, it's really good. I mean, I don't know if you can see in there, there's some real food in there. It's freeze dried. Keeps all the flavour in. I'm actually really looking forward to that. And then I have for dessert, tropical pudding. I thought it was tapioca pudding, but it is sago, pineapple, mango with a zesty lime finish. Pretty sure I've had this one before and it's really good as well. This one takes a cup. So I probably have to put in a bit more water in after I finish boiling this. Yeah, I've only got 500 mils in there, so I might just put a bit more in while I boil this up. Can't really go much more though. Maybe I'll just top it up. Still got a lot of clag. Can't see down the valley, unfortunately. But I'm really toasty in this jacket. Mountain Equipment Aureus. So far I'm impressed. I have a, I think it's Cumulus, Polish brand, really lightweight down jacket that's quite good. It packs down to this tiny little thing. It's warm, but it's sort of got a lot of stitching in it, so it doesn't keep the heat as well. I wanted something that would put on and just block out all the wind. Seems to do a good job, this Aureus. It hasn't been, it's not strong winds. I mean, it's not like it's you know, like fully windproof, I guess. Yeah, I can feel a little bit of breeze coming through maybe, but I'm toasty warm. All I've got underneath is a wool long sleeve and this jacket. It's keeping it really cozy. I'm pretty impressed. Also, the Crazy Creek chair is working out well. It's a little tent chair, keeps my back supported. Sort of deflated, but I'm not sure if that's to do with the altitude and temperature change. It might have like changed the composition of the air or something inside it. Might blow it up again soon. While I'm waiting for this real meal to cook, or to, I don't know what you call it when you leave it in the bag, rehydrate. So you've got to put it in. Put the food in, put the water in, stir it up, reseal it, give it 10 minutes and then eat it immediately. This is actually going off, well, it's best before the 22nd of April 26, so I thought I'd better eat this one. I don't always get to go out overnight trips, so hopefully. I've got this other one, brought up these new ones, these deluxe dining collection. This one's pulled pork, succulent slow cooked pork and black beans in a tangy barbecue sauce. I actually really wanted to try this, but because of this other one's going off sooner. I mean, this one doesn't go off till November, 27th of November 27. So we've got like 2 years to get that one. And there's another one that looked really good too, a wapiti stew or something. I left that one at home. But these are tasty. Well, maybe not this one, I haven't tried this one, but this one, tasty. They've actually got another Thai curry one, some kind of curry. It's so good. It's actually, I mean, it's as good as what you get in a restaurant, I feel like. And at the end of the day, it's really filling. It's got coconut cream in it. This one, no, it doesn't seem as filling. It's 2,300 calories, or kilojoules. Wait. Yeah. 2,300 kilojoules. I don't know what that is in calories. Yeah, 34 grams of protein, 29 grams of fat, 36 grams of carbohydrates. But this other one, I don't know, they had this other curry. I can't remember, was it Tom something? Can't remember. But I remember reading it, it said it had 4,000 something kilojoules. And that seems like twice as much as this. But then I don't know if that was a misprint, because I bought it again and it wasn't as high. So this one's good. The tapioca tropical pudding. I mean, this one's got 2,900 kilojoules. So I don't know. Maybe it's the coconut cream adds a lot of energy. This one's got 43 grams of fat. Yeah, maybe the other one with the coconut in it, maybe it did have 4,000 kilojoules. I just remember reading it, it seemed to have changed. But this, these two together will keep me sustained. And the water's almost boiling. It's taking a while actually. It's quite a big, I put 500 mils in, so it's taking a while. Slightly clearing up, but I think, it's going to get dark soon. Sunset is in 10 minutes, so unfortunately I won't see sunset. But still, it's pretty cool to be up here. Almost done. So this is water I actually brought up in a water bottle, so I don't really have to get rid of any germs or anything in it. But I just want to make sure it's fully boiled. And a good rolling boil now. So 500 minus 375 leaves me with 125. So I don't actually know, it doesn't have very good lines on it, this thing. Let's hope I can get most of the water in. Not in the tent. half. Just go with that. Top a little bit more water in there for my pudding, but I might hold off that one for a bit. I might just set this guy up. I'm not sure if I can fit them both in right now. I don't know if I read off the description for this one. It's a rich minced beef stew with potato, carrot, celery, pumpkin and mushrooms, and cooked with a locally brewed IPA. So this is going to go down well, I think. I mean, when you mix them together they just look like kind of mush, but at least they taste like real food. Actually, if you look at the ingredients too, they don't have anything that's crazy in them. I don't think they even have like preservatives. Like, I don't really like things with like a lot of them have these sulfite preservatives and things. This one actually might have a bit of sulfites in it. No, it doesn't. So I mean, oh no, there is a preservative, 202. Acidity regulators, a few numbers on there, but I think it's, I don't know what acidity regulators are. 260 and 330, and then the preservative 202, but that is in the crushed garlic. Oh no, it's just part of the main thing. I've actually got bacon in here. Oh, I'm going to stir it a little bit more, and then 10 minutes. Sometimes you leave it like a little bit in the corner and it's sort of crunchy and dry, like the water's got in there. So. I'll bring you back in about 10 minutes or so. So it's time for the stew. Yeah, so this time I'm going to take off this little section here. Makes it easy to get the spoon in. I didn't do that with my yogurt, I kind of regretted it, so this time into the rubbish bag. Whoa, breaking the clouds a bit. More light. I think that's actually supposed to be sunset, right? Sunrise now. Sun just set. Sunrise is in 9 hours. So we're in summer now. It's January the 6th, 2026. So starting the new year off with a nice overnight train. Oh yeah, there we go. So this makes it a bit easier to get in there now. Nice tasty stew. It's good. I'm boiling up the water for the tropical pudding. I think I'll probably have it. I'm going to be stuffed though. I kind of wanted to do a time lapse, but can't really see much other than clouds. I guess I could do a time lapse of this sort of flag rolling over. I haven't decided if I'll have the tropical pudding or not. I mean, this might be enough for me. I've got half of a what we call a bumper bar. It's kind of like a muesli bar thing. I might just have that instead. Save the tropical pudding for maybe tomorrow for breakfast. Okay, I'm not sure how well you can see me with low light. Let's try and turn this up a bit. Haven't really done any filming at night, so it's a bit of a mess. But it actually seems like there's a sand fly in my tent. I don't think they'll be up outside. yeah, I should be sorted out soon. I'm gonna go have a little wander around, boiling up a cup of tea, and then I'm gonna just check the guy lines. Maybe might chuck some rocks on some of these guy lines because it's just such sandy soil. Still not much of a view, but we'll have a look around the tent soon and see if there's anything better, maybe up the back. Whew. Sitting down like that, my legs are cramped up real bad. Don't know how much you can see. I've got this night mode on, or low light mode on GoPro. It's getting pretty dark now. Ruapehu in the background. Tent set up. Got my little lantern on. Just gonna have a cup of tea, brush my teeth. I might watch something on my phone. Otherwise, I might just go straight to bed. Pretty tired after today, and my legs, woo, cramped up so bad right now. Just got to try and stretch them out a bit and pack everything up. Wind's died down completely now. Just a gentle little breeze coming in. I don't know if you can see that cloud, just a big mist sort of rolling up. Not sure what we're in for tomorrow morning, but hopefully it's a nice morning. It's getting pretty late now. Not sure what time it is. Probably around 9:30, maybe 9:20. And yeah, I'm going to be pretty tired. I didn't end up having that tropical pudding. I think I'm going to save it for breakfast. Well, sort of like brunch. Don't usually eat breakfast. Just have coffee. So hopefully I can get packed up and away pretty early and head back down the mountain. I might bring you back when I'm in the tent, set up a bit better. Just checking my guy lines. They seem like they're on pretty good. I don't think I'll bother with rocks, but just got hit by that clag. You can see this. Got my headlamp on, and now sort of a mistiness coming in. Might be pretty damp. Well, I might get quite a lot of condensation tonight. All right, back to the guy lines. It's looking pretty good. The vestibule is not good, but because it's not so windy and it's probably not going to rain. Should be all right. So I just need to jump back in the tent, brush my teeth. Well, I might brush my teeth then jump back in the tent. I've got my thermometer. I might check how cold it is now. I'm getting quite a lot of mist. I'm toasty and warm in this jacket though. I've got some wool leggings on underneath these Bisco hike pants. They're quite lightweight. So pretty warm at the moment. Not cold at all. When I breathe out, I get a big mist. So probably drop quite a lot. I might get pretty cold tonight. I'm hoping my quilt keeps me warm. It's supposed to go down to 2 degrees, I think, 3 degrees. I've got a silk liner and some wool under base layers, so that should keep me cozy. I'll bring you back when I'm in the tent. Whoa, that was probably intense for you. Not sure what it's like when you film straight into a light like that. So the temperature's now 12 degrees. It's gone down a lot in the last, wow. Last hour it's gone down 3 degrees. Actually, that's not even an hour. In the last 15 minutes it's gone down 3 degrees. Sheesh. Yeah, well, I'm gonna wrap it up. Might just head straight to bed. It's pretty late, it's 9:30. Bring you into the tent once I get sorted. So I think I might be in a bit of an angle, unfortunately. Should be manageable though. Sort of, at least I'm facing downhill with my legs. Don't really like sleeping with my head downhill. It's not very comfortable. But we'll see what it's like when I'm fully down. Well, welcome to the coffin. It's pretty small in here, but it's not too bad. 10 o'clock. Temperature's gone actually up since I closed the door. I think it was just because I had the door open, it was really cold in here. Now 14.7. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock, pretty tired. See you in the morning. Morning. Just in time for the sunrise. It's 5:35. Slept all right last night, but not the best. Never really sleep that well in general, but especially on a kind of hard mattress. But it was pretty good. I was warm enough. It wasn't that cold. And the tent had only got down to 10. I'm not sure how cold it was outside. Probably a little bit colder. And this morning it's beautiful. Just put my shoes on. Take you out for a little walk. See the sunrise. So, mountains behind. It's clear at the moment. Probably cloud seems to pick up during the day. I might have good views of the mountain for this morning. Sun rising in the east. Pretty cool colours. Might set up a time lapse to watch that while I make a cup of coffee. Those colours are amazing. So I'm going to set up this Crazy Creek chair here and then have my coffee. The views of the mountain and the sunrise. It's sort of a bit less dramatic now, but hopefully I caught a good time lapse. Actually down off in the distance, I think that's Mount Ruapehu. If you can make that out, just in the horizon there. Down there, the lights you might be able to see is Okuni, I believe. Can't see many other places. Ruapehu up there. So I'm on the Turo side, Turo ski field side. Might be able to see the moon up there. Just got some Makona, actually Movenpick instant coffee for this morning. It's quite chilly at the moment. It's not too bad. I think outside was maybe 9 degrees outside the tent. It's not too bad, but the wind makes it a bit chilly on your hands. Might put my gloves on soon. So I'll just wait for this water to boil, then I'll have a nice cup of coffee, start the day. Well, maybe not the nicest cup, but at least a cup of coffee. Got these from a hotel we were staying at once. Nice little packet. I don't know if they're any good though. So I've been packing up my tent a bit while I was taking this time lapse. Got most of my stuff in my pack, just got to take down the tent. I'll give you a view. Pretty good visibility this morning. You can see really far. This Aureus jacket is so super warm. It actually cuts the wind quite well. And I find if I actually do, you know, physical stuff, I warm up really quickly. So I actually get quite warm when I'm active. So don't really need an active jacket. I guess I just have a fleece or something. But I just wanted a jacket that would keep me warm when I'm stopped. Sort of like a belay jacket, I guess they call them. I mean, this is a pretty technical mountaineering jacket. The only thing I probably don't really like is the hood's like oversized for, you know, for what I need. I guess it's helmet compatible, but it's pretty big, kind of for a non-helmet wearing person. So that's probably the only downside. Probably could have cut a little bit of bulk and a tiny bit of weight out if it wasn't so oversized. But everything else is great about it. It's got double zips, so I guess I get quite warm. I can just vent off a bit of heat. And the fabric, it's got a 10 denier. I can't remember the name of it, but it's quite a. It feels quite sturdy. I don't know. It's only 10 denier, so it's not going to be amazing with durability, but it's better than it feels a bit more robust than some of the other 10 denier stuff I've got. Like I've got this inverse Cumulus inverse lightweight down jacket, and it's got 10 denier material, and it feels quite flimsy compared to this. I mean, I can stuff this in my pack and it seems to be pretty good, so yeah, all in all pretty impressed. Just gotta pack up my tent now. It's always the fun part, trying to get the fly and the sheet or in that tent rolled away. I'm lucky it's not raining. Left one peg in just in case the wind picks up. So the pole's packed down pretty small because it's a bike packing one. They're not very long, so it's really good. Just try to shake out some of the dirt before I pack it. When I get back, I'll air this tent out and repack it. This Crazy Creek chair's been pretty good. It's quite, it's quite bulky. It actually weighs 800 something grams, so it's not super lightweight, but just to be able to sit in the tent and sort of have something comfortable to sit on, it's really good. It also put it underneath your sleeping pad to give you a bit more kind of, I don't know about warmth, but protection from anything underneath. I'm all packed up, tent's put away, everything's in the bag. Just having a little look around before I head down. It's 7:30. I always find it take forever to pack up. I don't know how long it took me, about an hour and a half. Yeah, I really need to get quicker at that. Yeah, it's 10 degrees, it's not too bad. The wind's just mild. Stunning morning. Just go up onto this knoll up here. See if we can find a better, yeah, slightly bigger viewpoint. Actually, I went down to see that waterfall yesterday. It's this valley down over here. So right down there is the waterfall. It's getting a bit breezy here. So some stunning views everywhere. Behind me, everywhere I turn really. Valley, mountain. Taranaki over there, Mount Taranaki. I don't know if you can see that, but that way. Really good visibility this morning. A little bit cloudy, but not too bad. So I'm just going to head back down. Around down here. It's actually quite cold. We need to get moving to kind of warm up. And I've only got this thin sun hoodie on, so it doesn't have much warmth in it. The sun's coming out now, it's just warming me up a bit. Once I start, once I start moving, I'll get warmer. But just trying to do the old adage, be bold, start cold. Otherwise you end up just taking your layers off, having to stop and take your layers off. Just trying to find this trail. I think it's just down there. I find if I do these videos, they actually kind of, I don't know if I like, seems like I enjoy the process of making the videos, but the actual walks I go on, it kind of slows me down a bit in a way, which is a good thing for me, because I usually go quite quickly if I'm not filming or taking the time. So I just sort of got like a destination, I try and get there as fast as possible. But with filming them, I have, you have to slow down, take some footage, and it sort of makes me I guess appreciate the walks more. Find it a bit more, I don't know, a bit more enjoyable maybe. It gives you something else to think about while you're walking too, like where might be a good shot, or what can you see that might be good for footage. So like yesterday, going down to that waterfall, like I probably wouldn't have done that in the past. I would have been like, oh, can't really be bothered. But it sort of motivates you a bit more when you're trying to film it. And so it sort of takes you off the path a little bit, which is probably a good thing for me. So it's going down this ridge line, it's pretty impressive. Blythe Hut will be down over there. This is the waterfall, the stream from the waterfall I went to see last night. And the waterfalls on the way up must be down that side. Yeah, I guess a lot of streams come off this mountain, or the snow melt. So the two things I was sort of testing this trip was the Crazy Creek chair, which I kind of wish it was in a different colour, like the bright blues. I don't know, not quite my aesthetics, but it's really comfortable. I wasn't sure, because they had these hex chairs that are a long back version, because I'm kind of tall, 6'2", and people were talking about how the shorter ones dig into your back a bit. I find that the Crazy Creek air cleaner has these carbon fibre stays on the side that they do kind of dig into my sort of ribs, I guess the upper ribs, a little bit if I depending on how I angle it, but it's really comfortable because it's like inflated, and it's nice to be able to sit in the tent and have sort of back support. You can lean back nice and comfy. Sort of saves you having to sort of sit on the air mattress or just on the ground really. I have this little sit pad, one of those foam kind of cheap sit pads from I think I got mine from Temu actually, but they don't really, like they're fine just to sit on, but they don't have anything for your back. So it's nice to have a proper back support. You can sit in the tent. Actually, I did a lot of research when I bought that copper spur big Agnes tent. I was looking for a tent that I could sit in. If I had, like if it was a rainy day or something, you're stuck in your tent. It's something you could sit up in. So it had, decent height on it. It's a one-person tent, so it's not huge. And I noticed that, a lot of people that do sort of YouTube videos and things, they usually have two-person tents, which sort of makes sense, I guess, for filming. Like when you're inside the tent, it sort of gives you some space to film if you're stuck in a tent, I guess. So the one-person tent, basically when you're in it, I don't know, I filmed some stuff last night, but it's sort of, I don't know if you can actually see much, it's just a little coffin almost. It's fine for just sleeping in, I guess, but you don't really luxuriate in it. So I was thinking about getting a new tent, trying to decide. I was thinking of maybe selling trying to sell my copper spur because it's a sort of one-person tent, and it doesn't really handle the wind that well. It was fine last night because it wasn't really that windy, but the another time I used it, which I might have mentioned before, but on a trip to Lake Angeles Hut, and I slept out by the lakeside, and the wind was swirling around, and it was just, the tent was just flattened. Like at night, it was just sort of pancaking. So it's not the best for the sort of sideways on wind, or if you can't really point it into the wind. So I thought about maybe trying to sell that copper spur tent and get a Durston X-Mid. I was thinking of solid for kind of like extra warmth or sort of resistance, so wind resistance, I guess. I thought maybe the 2 or the, trying to decide the 2 or the 1. I don't think I don't really need a 2-person tent, other than maybe if I film more inside the tent. And the other thing, I guess, with a bigger tent, you need a bigger footprint, a bigger area to try and set up. So it's harder to find a good place to pitch the tent. Just using that tent last night made me realise how good it is on a nice weather day. The fact that it's freestanding tent's quite good. I guess with the Durston you'd have to have poles, but I always usually take my trekking poles, so it wouldn't be an issue. I've been trying to, make sure I'm more mindful of what I'm buying, so that I've actually put a lot of research into it. Like, stuff's not cheap, but also I just don't like having all this stuff that sort of lies around that I don't use. So I'm trying to make sure that if I buy something I really need, it's something that I'll use and won't kind of like end up just storing for years, so that I don't have just as much stuff, I guess. I'm not, like I see some people, I guess if you're a YouTuber and you review a lot of stuff, you just, you're always buying things to review it. But I just want to make sure if I'm buying things that I'm going to use it, and not just have stuff lying around that I'm never using. So I put a lot of research into the gear I buy and sort of think about it, because sometimes, you might make a kind of spur of the moment purchase and don't really think about it, and then later on I'm like, oh man, maybe I shouldn't have bought that thing, but it's sort of too late. I guess you can on-sell things, but it's sort of a pain. So there's a few things I sort of decided, like, if I'm going to buy some new gear, I want to sell some old gear. That way at least it sort of justifies buying the new gear. So the main things are just maybe a Durston tent, X-Mid tent, just for probably, the main reason I guess I'd want that is because it's, I'm just going to change, let's go this way and see it that way. The main reason I'd want the X-Mid is because it seems like it's going to be a much more sort of extreme weather resistant kind of tent, whereas that copper spur is a great little tent. Actually, if I ever got into bike packing, it would actually be really good for that too. Like if you're staying at campsites and things, it's fine. I kind of want to get out, when I get out hiking and stuff, I want to do things in the alpine, up high. So you need something that's sort of stormproof. You just never know what kind of weather you're going to end up getting. Similar with the that mountain equipment Aureus jacket I got. I wanted something really warm that was synthetic, and obviously didn't want to have something too bulky because I'm trying to travel pretty light. The setup I've got, I've got a few things I probably maybe didn't really need to bring. Like I brought some pants and changing clothes and stuff, but this is probably the limit to what I can carry in this pack. It's starting to get a bit uncomfortable with the weight and just the size. So probably multi-day, 2 days, maybe 3 days, or 3 days, 2 nights. It's probably fine for this setup. I was thinking about the other thing I might look at buying is another pack, something bigger on the 45, 55 kind of size. I do have a 40 pack, and I probably wouldn't I don't really use that one. That's another thing, you know, like I've got some packs that I don't use, so probably get rid of that pack and look at buying a 55 sort of bulkier pack for bigger trips and take more gear. Maybe if I get into winter camping. I originally had, so I got this UGQ Bandit quilt. It's a 40 Fahrenheit, which I think is 2 or 3 degrees Celsius, and I'd originally had a UGQ Bandit 20 Fahrenheit quilt, and I just found it so hot, like I couldn't even really sleep in it. I was just like sweating. Like if I went out, sort of, I probably mostly do stuff in summer, spring, summer, and autumn. I'm not really doing much winter camping. So the 20 degree, I think it's -6 Celsius. It's just, it was just way too warm. Like I was sweating, just like completely, just in underwear. So I had to, well, I didn't have to, but I ended up getting that UGQ Bandit 40 quilt, 40 Fahrenheit quilt, and that has been really good. Like last night it was quite warm, like I wasn't totally like roasting in it, but it's pretty good. And then I've got sort of different liners, like I've got a silk liner and a Cedar Summit reactor thing. It's just like, I think it's just polyester. They say it adds about 6 degrees Celsius to the sort of rating of your sleep system. So those things, you know, just layering things up and then putting clothes on as well, like base layers like merino. If it ever got really cold, I could, you know, chuck the jacket on. So I think I could go pretty, you know, negative degrees with that sleep setup I've got. So I ended up selling that old UGQ 20 Fahrenheit sleeping bag, and then I think I used some of that money to buy some of this sort of this backpack and this. So Blythe Hut's just down there. I probably won't film too much. There's like young family with some young kids down there, so head down here and then I might check out those waterfalls on the way back. So just walking down this path, just went past the hut, had to chat with the older guys, the family there. So yeah, he's saying that the path would go up to the main road at a certain point. Actually down here is the waterfalls I came up. Don't know if I'll bother going in, having a look today. Sort of checked them out yesterday, so I think it's going to change that much. Yeah, pretty easy going so far. I think I've got 4 k's to go. So these huts up here might be quite good for families actually, because there's a family with maybe like a 7 or 8 year old girl and a maybe 10 or 11-year-old boy. So it's not too hard going, I guess, for little kids. Stay in a hut up in the mountains. It's pretty cool. I guess you could stay in that other hut. That was where the first hut. I can't remember what it was called now. If you're into trail running, I guess you could get dropped off at the Turo ski field and then kind of find that pole track that I was on for a bit. And you could sort of run your way down the mountain back down to Okuni probably. I guess it would be, go all the way down, it'd probably be at least 10 k's, maybe a bit more, but that's not too bad on the way. It's just sort of mostly downhill. A fun little sort of day run. Might be something I'll do one time when I come back here. But there's just so many trails around here. There's Kaimanawa Ranges I would like to check out as well. I had thought about doing that yesterday and today instead of what I'm doing now, but I hadn't really sort of researched it, so I wasn't sure access there and the best places to kind of, best trails to do. So kind of stuck with what I knew. I've already done similar hike up here before. I stayed up in the mountain, but I think I've come a different way this time. I went sort of further around the track, I didn't come up to this Blythe Hut trail. I mean, it would have been a lot easier because I ended up sort of going around the mountain trail, and then the sort of clearing opened up and I just walked up the hill. I had to go up the ridges, and it was a bit more off-road, I guess. But I actually probably ended up at a really similar spot to where I was last night. So the cool thing about, I guess, this sort of terrain is that it's quite open. You don't have to dash through the bush or be under trees or jungle kind of stuff. So you kind of, once you get out above the tree line, you can just sort of make your way almost as you want to. There's quite a few little valleys and ravines and things that you have to kind of avoid, or I guess some of them are steeper than others, and like that one with the waterfall, the double sort of split waterfall, that actually has really easy passable kind of valley further up, but then down where the waterfalls, it's gouged out quite a steep kind of ravine, so you wouldn't really want to be crossing, like dipping down there and coming back up. I mean, probably doable, but it's sort of easier just to go a bit further up and into the flat parts. So this track has actually been quite busy, I guess, this time of year. A lot of tourists in New Zealand, and sort of day walks you can do. It's quite popular. Yesterday there was a pretty full car park, and quite a lot of people on the trail as I was coming up, so I didn't really do much talking or filming of much stuff. But back to this part where it sort of opens up. I think most of what I was doing before was sort of in the trees anyway. So, view down here. So thinking about some of that gear choices, like, I don't know if you can see, I did end up getting the sewing on some sort of attachment points so I could strap my tent onto the bottom of this pack. That's made it a lot more spacious. I can fit, you know, some more clothes and stuff in it now, maybe more food. But the main things I really want is probably a new pack, maybe a new tent, and I'd like to get a little drone. But the tricky thing about New Zealand is a lot of the parks you can't fly a drone in. So I think overseas there's a bit more freedom to fly a drone. So whereas in New Zealand, the Department of Conservation or DOC have restrictions on flying drones, and they even say, you know, you have to have a permit to fly a drone. But they have like a warning that basically says, we don't really give permits out, so don't bother asking. So maybe if you're doing some sort of safety video, or you're part of some sort of government organisation, maybe they'll give you a permit, or maybe filmed, like big film. So it's not really that, I don't know if it's that easy to be able to fly a drone. I know in this Tongariro National Park you definitely can't fly a drone. Some other, just cross this. Some other parks might be fine, but because there's a lot of, I don't know, there's sort of mountain safety, rescue helicopters and things flying around, potentially flying around up here with sort of a mountaineering, climbing and ski field. You know, if there's someone's injured, they have to get a helicopter and they don't want drones in the way. So I can understand this national park not having drones, but I think a lot of the other national parks, they don't really allow you to fly a drone either. But I need to research that a bit more, because I was sort of watching a YouTube video about a guy saying that you can do it. So you just have to be responsible with it and not annoy people. And but yeah, getting one of those little mini DJI kind of drones would be quite cool to get some extra cool footage. Something you can't really do with just a handheld GoPro. The other thing I wouldn't mind upgrading is this camera. It's a GoPro 7. It's pretty old. I mean, I don't really need to upgrade it, but some of the newer cameras do look quite cool. And possibly, you know, if I got a DJI drone, getting one of their action cams would be quite nice. So everything's sort of shared, the batteries and things. This GoPro's sort of so old now, I have to buy unofficial batteries off AliExpress because they don't make them anymore. And it'd be nice to kind of get something a bit more modern, but for now this is doing quite well, I think. Don't need too many issues. It would be quite nice to have a camera that I could do time lapses with, as well as film like sort of normal kind of footage. So if I ever did get another camera, I'd keep this one just for time lapses. Back to this part, the rockers. Just going to go into the bush now. Be mostly in the trees for the rest of the way home, or the rest of the way back to the car. This is the third tree I've seen with metal sheets wrapped around it. I'm pretty sure they do that to stop possums from climbing up, but I'm not sure why this tree is quite a big one, but some of the other ones don't seem to stand out any more than any other trees. So I'm not sure why some of them have these sort of possum shield things around them. I'm not sure, maybe there's some nests in those trees, or there's specific type of tree that is different from the other ones. They don't seem any different from the surrounding trees, so I've just sort of chosen select few trees to put that sort of metal strap thing around so that possums can't climb up and get into the tops. I think that's what it's for, unless it's for other things like stoats or rats or something. It could be that they had specific nests in there for some kind of bird. If you know, leave a comment. So if you're enjoying these videos, please leave a comment, or if you don't like the videos, leave a comment as well. It'd be nice to see if there's anything I could do better, improvements, or just get some feedback, I guess. I've only got a few views so far. I've only published videos just recently, but it'd be nice to see if, people enjoying the videos. Leave a comment, or like and subscribe. It'd be helpful too. So I'm nearing the waterfalls that were on the way here. The first main waterfall. Don't think I got any footage of that one apart from a photo I took, but it's just a little day walk, or not even a day walk, like a short walk to these falls. Sort of cross over a few streams, I think. This is the Waitanga Falls. Didn't get any footage of this on the way here. So on the way back, it's a bit quieter now. Quite busy before. It's an impressive waterfall. if you end up doing this Waitonga Waterfalls trail, this path down here leads you to the base of the waterfall. Saves you having to walk upstream like I did. It's just this sort of split. There's a chair there, and that would take you down to sort of where the signpost was. But to save yourself some time and effort, come down this trail and you wind your way around and you come out right next to the waterfall. Well, basically done now. Just crossing this boardwalk, maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes down to the car park. Might finish the video here. Thanks for coming along and watching this far if you got to the end. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment if you've got anything to say. I appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one.